that just came out a couple months ago. I'm enjoying playing through it and finding some gems that I will enjoy sharing with you this next year. When we were shut down in March, it was a real scramble by the worship committee and pastor and technology to figure out how we could present services online. Brad came to my home and brought a keyboard and speakers and wires and cables and set up stuff, and we tried that for 2 or 3 weeks, and it was just really a nightmare because I couldn't hear, or sometimes I could hear, but it was about a measure behind me, and sometimes I couldn't hear at all, and Randy or Karen might be behind the altar wall calling me on their cell phones, telling me where we were in the service because I had no clue. It was kind of a nightmare. And when I got over my fear of coming to the church, it was so much better to be playing on the organ in the sanctuary with the people that were singing. It was great to be back. The technology continued to evolve. We got more speakers, more cameras, more technicians, and it's been a learning and growing experience. And we have a really capable tech crew now of David Braybaugh, Jared Campbell, Bruce Everson, Adam Garner, and of course Brad, the leader of this cohort, and we really appreciate all their hard work. We had to stop choirs around the world, which was decimating for all the musicians, and because singing is more risky than just regular talking, or so the singing that we've done has been by Karen or mostly Amanda, distance further than other people so they can sing without spreading disease. But handbells are a little different story. Normally when we do handbells, you're standing together, you're sharing music, you're sharing some bells. And when we couldn't do that anymore, composers and publishers really stepped up their game and provided lists of music that did not share bells and wrote music that was appropriate for smaller groups of 8 bells or 16 bells. So we had some music that we already had, and I bought a few more pieces. So we started with a small group in September, playing with a quartet or quintet, and so we've been able to play some in church, and that's been a really nice thing to be making music again. The other new thing is that when we're presenting music in church, we don't have to worry about copyright issues. But when we start streaming them, it's very different, and we have to log a lot of things. We bought a subscription to one license, and although most of the hymns are not a problem, and the Augsburg liturgies are not a problem, if we use Feast and Celebration, which is by a different publisher, we have to log each of the pieces of the liturgy. If most of the prelude and postlude music and published hymn introductions that I use all have to be logged. Some of it's very labor intensive because it comes from a wide variety of resources and they're not all in the one licensed library. So I have to create a log for it. It's very time consuming, and I hope eventually there will be more stuff in their library so it doesn't take so long. On Christmas Eve, we did pre-record a lot of the music that was done before the service so that more people could participate. And then we had mailed out candles to each home so that when they lit their candles for Silent Night, we could all participate together. And I think that was very effective and lovely. I'm looking forward to another interesting year to see how this all resolves, but we do enjoy worshiping and playing bells together, and I hope it'll be back to normal pretty soon. Thanks for all your hard work. Thanks.